What could we do to make an impact on the music and Jonquil on the whole?
What we wanted to do initially was to do a production for emancipation. And the backline was trying to decide like what we can do. And as we were talking about the production, boy, something hit me. I say, boy, if we can rush emancipation, why we don't just incorporate Africa and just do Black Lives Matters? And it started to resonate with everybody. And then we started to look at the various villages we could come from. So I started to tell them, man, listen, the bass could come from Gambia, Tum-Tum from Adelaide, we can climax in Fox Hill. And, the bells came from Clifton Heritage Park. Like, the idea just started to resonate. And then after that, man, we just started putting notes and pen to paper and writing down what all we need and what needs to happen. And, we didn't have no money, but listen, we had God on our side and we was able to pull that off.
The word was out that who all could make it, try to make it. All right? So, me being a Jonquil man and stuff like that, I say, boy, this is a good idea. So, hey, let's try and let's incorporate it and let's try to big it up as best as we could. But at the end of the day, man, listen, it touched a lot of hearts and souls, and it was a success.
It was something that touched the world at the time. I mean, it's still touching the world, but it was something that, that is stand out. And to see all the incidents happening around the world, all the persons, we watched it. It hit all of us. And that was the time, we had an opportunity to say, hey, you know what, we could do something with this group. We could send out our message too from the Bahamas.
It made a big impact. People loved it. They was excited. It gave Jonquil was a good feeling to know that ain't nothing going on, but we can watch this clip. We can watch this clip and enjoy the sounds and the views of Jonquil.
I tell my backline, open up. And I said, you just keep walking backward. When you reach in the back of the group, he fall down, stop down, and take come with the costume and leave it in the road. I said, thank you. You're not going on my parade, not with that costume.
Have you been denied a U.S. visa and don't understand why? Have you been turned away from the U.S. border without an explanation? Maybe you've had a prior arrest or conviction and you're not clear on how to move forward at this point. Call our office. We may be able to help. 954-449-1833.
New year, new time. Watch Conversations with Christ every Sunday at 10 a.m. And I'll tell you why. Because God said 1,000 years is like a day for me. And that's why you could have a thief on the cross pray for just a few seconds and get forever and get forgiveness and get eternity. So every single Sunday for 30 minutes, we're going to praise God together. So every Sunday at 10 a.m., Conversations with Christ.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Aviation and Investments on Grand Bahama today to tour several sites. Local government hopefuls filing nomination papers today. And the minister responsible for local government encouraging Bahamians throughout the Family Islands to vote on January 27th. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Jamila Mizik. Thank you so much for joining us. Topping news tonight, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable Chester Cooper, on Grand Bahama today to tour and inspect several sites. The DPM conducted an inspection of the Grand Lucayan property and met with the new board. The government is now in search of a new buyer for the mega beachfront resort after canceling the proposed deal with Royal Caribbean and the ITM Group made by the former administration late last year. The first order of the day for Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, the Honorable I. Chester Cooper, and his delegation was an inspection of the Grand Lucayan Hotel property. The minister also taking the opportunity to meet with the newly appointed members of the board. Cooper noting that this is an important step in the transition of the hotel.
We have been working diligently to negotiate out of the deal that existed before. We have made a public statement already that we have terminated that deal by mutual agreement, and we are moving forward to find a new partner and a new investor for this property.
The minister noting that the hotel is an important asset on Grand Bahama and its sale will play a vital role in strengthening the local tourism product. He says the goal of the new board is to ensure that a deal is sealed as soon as possible.
Today in our board meeting, we will be discussing the way forward. We'll be talking about how we can cause this development to be reopened in the shortest possible time frame. I am pleased to reiterate that we do have many candidates who are interested in investing in this property. There are at least 6 of them. This list is expanding every day. People understand the value generally that exists here on the waterfront and the opportunities here on the island of Grand Bahama.
The tourism minister also noting that tourism has rebounded significantly over the past several weeks, notwithstanding the challenges of the pandemic. Numbers continue to be very strong, and the hotel property remains an important part of the tourism product in Grand Bahama.
I want to say to the people of Grand Bahama that we will not tarry in our work. We recognized what's riding on the redevelopment here, and we will work expeditiously to cause there to be a positive outcome for this property, its employees, and the people of Grand Bahama. We know that the residents are looking forward to having jobs as well as business opportunities as a result of this endeavor. We know that the Port Lucayan marketplace and the businesses there have suffered as a result of lack of traffic. We know that there is a magnificent marina right behind the marketplace that has significant potential. We're going to be carrying the message of this property and the surrounding areas to the world, and we are confident already with the level of interest that we are seeing.
In other news, residents in Grand Bahama and the Family Islands who are hoping to become local government practitioners filing a nomination papers today to run in the upcoming elections set for January 27th. Tonight, we have team coverage of the Grand Bahama centers. We begin with Jay Philippe in Marco City and East Grand Bahama at the Jack Hayward Gymnasium.
The nomination process for the Marco City constituency took place at the Jack Hayward Gymnasium. Candidates came in, submitted their required documents, made their payments with hopes of being elected on January 27th. A total of 9 candidates offered themselves for local government nominations. Today, some familiar faces officially submitted their names, while some new faces has elected to offer their time to seek a post for the Marco City constituency. All for what they say is for the greater cause of the Marco City community.
The reason why I offered myself again is because I wasn't able to accomplish some of the goals I wanted to my first time around. I wanted to do more civic programs in Marco City, but due to the hurricane and the pandemic, I had to shift those plans, and I had to basically do what was essential for the persons in Marco City.
A lot of people talk, but I prefer taking action. Service to others is my passion, and I'm not a stranger to hard work. I want to be an advocate for the people of Marco City. I intend to offer my time, dedication, and effort to help implement local policies and programs to better serve us as a constituency.
When you've been into an international forum and you see some of the things in which local government could achieve, and you're just excited about trying to implement these things within your own country, so when you go back to these international forums, you'd be able to compete with them and lift up local government as if though it was a part of the system of the conference.
It was, I put some really long and hard thoughts into if I wanted to do it or not. And I feel that I have something to offer to the people in Marco City, and I really want to run because I feel that I can make a difference in that constituency.
Some of the candidates also sharing some of their plans if elected come January 27th.
Some of my immediate plans after being elected to be a representative in Marco City is to focus on the youths.
I'm running on a record of experience, a record of heart and service.
We want to set up a homeless shelter. That's number one in our priority list. Another being hurricane shelter. You know, we had lots of storms. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but that's also on my list.
The nomination process for the East Grand Bahama constituency also took place at the Jack Haywood High School. A total of 6 hopeful candidates offered themselves for the upcoming elections.
In the last 10 years, I have been a part of the community, not only working as a civil employee, but also as an activist in the community, ensuring, especially for the boys and girls. So I said it's time now to step up to the plate so I can do more.
My hands have been in the trenches of the community. I'm not a kind of forefront person. I work best behind the scenes. I get the job done. But I believe that it's time to take it to the next level, especially because of all the trauma that we have experienced in recent times.
I said, Shiloh, it's time to be Rashad Adderley and help your country. So I'm using local government as a platform to help my country. Because like I said in previous interviews and previous conversations, it's being underutilized, and I feel that with my team, we can make this place a better place and utilize the local government institution as best as we can.
Now, according to G.A. Walker, the returning officer for the East Grand Bahama constituency, she says nomination day process was seamless.
It's been going quite smoothly. The candidates are coming in with all of the documents they need and, of course, the required amount of funds. We're following all of the protocol guidelines, keeping our distance. We have sanitizing that's done in between each of the nominees coming to us, wiping down, cleaning, making sure that everything is in order.
I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
Now we move to West Grand Bahama. Rumiko Knowles has that story.
It is nomination day for those offering themselves to serve in local government. Here at the administrative complex in 8 Mile Rock, there were some first-time candidates as well as those offering themselves to serve for another term. Serving as the returning officer, Jasmine Roll has worked with local government since 1997. She says that most persons do not view it as important as general elections, but it is.
We have persons from Pindus Point Township, 8 Mile Rock East Township, 8 Mile Rock West Township, and West End Township come out to nominate today. Once there's enough persons nominated for that township, we won't need an election, but if we have more than what we need, we're going to have an election.
Larry Wagus is renominating in the constituency of Hepburn Town. He says despite having a limited budget, he is focusing on keeping the area clean.
That's one of the most important things about local government. What people don't really understand is local government has a limited budget to do many things that the residents expect. However, we try to keep the roads clean. We try to get rid of all the derelict vehicles, and we try to assist young children as much as possible. As I indicated, this is a very limited budget that this township, 8 Mile Rock East Township, has. I was elected back in 2017, and hopefully I will be successful in this election of 2022.
Nominating for the Pinders Point Township, Jonik Bevins presented officials with a crisp $50 bill. As a first-time candidate, he shares his plans for the area.
I visited the graveyard yesterday, and it's in terrible condition. It has been poorly maintained, and I do intend to act on that immediately. Also, the area is in great need of a boat ramp. So I wouldn't want to make any promises, but I'll do my best to try and accomplish some goals that I have set for this term.
Rashando Russell says he was asked by members of the community in Lewis Yard to nominate himself in the Pinders Point area.
A lot of people never tell me that. Well, this is the first time they told me to. Every time I decide to, I do it too late, so I wasn't able to do it. But it's the first time I really got into it, you know?
He says he plans to improve the recreational activities for the youngsters in the community.
Like little parks for the kids, you know, little learning activities. Because, you know, the kids run around doing all kind of bad stuff, you know?
Dozens more arriving to present their nomination papers and deposits to officials. Alfred Williams nominating himself for another term in the Bartlett Hill area in 8 Mile Rock. He says there is still much work to be done.
Even in the last term that I was in, the budget that we had to work with in terms of what we had, it wasn't conducive in as much part with the pandemic and the devastations of the hurricanes. The communities in West Grand Bahama has grown tremendously. You had a lot of people move back to the community, so that means there's extra burden on all of the things that you're mandated to do.
Local government elections will take place on Thursday, January 27th. Ramiko Knowles, ZNS Network News.
Candidates looking to secure a spot in the Central, Grand Bahama and Pine Ridge constituencies filed nomination papers at the St. George's High School Gymnasium. Jay Philippe has more.
The nomination center for the Pine Ridge and Central Grand Bahama constituencies was at the St. George's High School Gymnasium. 4 candidates make up the nomination ballot for the Pine Ridge constituency, including newcomer Edwin Strawn, Ernie Barr, who is seeking to be re-elected, and Clifton Francis, a former local government councillor.
Yes, I've always been instrumental in community development, and I'm passionate and dedicated about serving my community. And most constituents saw the vision in me and asked me to offer myself, and I considered and agreed. I want to be able to get the community involved, and one way to do that, I feel, is to establish like community committees and where we can meet with the residents on a regular basis to address their concerns and deal with them direct.
I love working for the people. The people was one who supported me the last election, and I think they are going to support me again this election. I feel confident within myself that I'll be able to help more persons reach more persons and help improve lives in the Pine Ridge area. I don't talk this thing. I believe in it with all my heart, with all my might, that the people, we need to form unity and strength in order to get the Bahamas back together again.
Well, I realized that in the city of Freeport, we had 9 councillors, and certain things were not done to the way it should be. I know when local government first came into play, it was whereas persons would be able to do more. Central government was in Nassau, and local government would have been at a local level where we could do more within the city with funds that they would have sent us. And I mean, you ever ride around Freeport? Some of the things are not there. I mean, Freeport is just, it's not looking the way it should be looking, you know, and every year, and one of my goals is to construct or build a state-of-the-art hurricane shelter, because say what you want to say, hurricane hit Grand Bahama every year, and we have to be prepared. We have to be proactive in doing anything. We have to be there so that that persons could be able to know that, listen, this is what local government doing.
According to returning officer for the Pine Ridge constituency, Elsina Duncombe, the nomination process went rather smoothly.
Candidates came prepared with the documents that they were required to present, and so everything went very smoothly. We had no problems this morning.
As for Central Grand Bahama, 5 candidates presented their documents, making it official. For Marco Curie and Fraser Gibson, it's their 3rd time around. But for first-time candidate Michelle DeSaunders, it's a new challenge that she says she's looking forward to embracing.
Infrastructure, it was the key for Central Grand Bahama. Then I'll focus on community programs. Even what maybe also want to run. First-time voters, never voted in general election before. they decided, they said, Marco, I will sign your nomination paper for you. So it did me good to run again for the young persons and put in programs for the young persons of Central Grand Bahama.
I made a commitment to run in my constituency because I know where I came from and I know what all our areas need. And I put myself in other people's shoes growing up as a child because I know everybody needs help and you need somebody who's going to push our constituency to help the younger generation coming up.
Well, there's a lot of unfinished work that I've begun in Central Grand Bahama. For instance, the beach access road to Williamstown, that needs to be completed, along with a community center in the Wellington-Pinda Heights area. And so it was no-brainer that I would offer myself to give back to the constituents of Central Grand Bahama.
The names are in. Up next, Election Day on January 27th, returning officer Chester Cooper.
The process has been slow, but normally with local government, you have a certain number of persons who would nominate. And so far for the morning, we have 4 persons who nominated so far. So then there'll definitely be an election in Central Grand Bahama District. So they seem very excited. The nominees are enthused about representing their district, so it should be an excellent process.
I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us, more on local government nominations after the break.
Get your 2022 calendar while supplies last. Happy New Year and best wishes from Esquire Men's Freeport. Esquire located number 8 to Lucayan Shopping Center.
Are you ready to step out with designer shoes or handbags? Visit Steppin' Out. They've relocated at number 4 Old Sam's Plaza. Stepping out when you want to put your best foot forward.
Alive brings to you the iPhone 12 64 gigs for $249 when you switch to Alive postpaid. Alive, believe in best.
Bellevue Business Depot has been on Queens Highway for the last 50 years plus. We specialize in office furniture and office supplies, school supplies, computers, electronics, printers, inks. For all your back-to-school needs, we have backpacks, coloring pencils, crayons, glue sticks, folder sheets, printing paper, paint, and poster boards. We also have disinfectant sprays such as beef, disinfectant wipes, and hand sanitizers. We have a wide variety of notebooks, desktop computers, routers, webcams, headphones, and speakers. We are located on Queens Highway. Our hours of operation are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., closed on Saturdays and Sundays. Our social media page on Facebook is Bellevue Business Depot. Our website is www.bellevuebusinessdepot.com, and we can be reached at 352-8806.
This holiday season, whether you've been naughty or nice, Pizza Hut has a gift for you. Order our Joy Bundle. A large 1-topping pizza, 10 Hershey chocolate dunkers, and a 2-liter Coca-Cola, which is $20 plus VAT. Enter to win a gift card from Kelly's Freeport, a Nintendo Switch Lite, a TV, a plane ticket, a Chromebook, and free pizza for a year when you purchase the Joy Bundle. Pizza Hut downtown, 352-9191, East Sunrise Highway, 373-8500.
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your number 1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. We now go to the east, where St. Nicholas Anglican Church Hall in High Rock was the nomination center. Sabrina Brown reports.
Wilton Thomas served as a local government councillor in the East Grand Bahama District for 17 years, and he's hoping to be re-elected for a final time. He says he has a passion to see his community thrive. However, he would like to see an increase in the budget this time around.
The local government practitioner is not getting the support that they should get from the central government. You know, they send you a couple of dollars, they cut it up 5 or 6 times, your budget. It's stressed you out to find out how to spend it. You can hardly keep your community clean. All you do is essential services, bathrooms, road, cemetery. That's not good enough.
Marcus Cooper and Eric Ballou are also seeking re-election. They are hoping to continue the work started.
In addition to continuing the beautification of the area, one of the things that we want to do is, again, to help persons to rebuild after Dorian, like I've mentioned. We want to also strengthen the Heritage Festival inside the area, and also house some community resource center inside my community for the kids who now is forced to be educated on a virtual platform. So to have some environment where they could have opportunity to not be left behind when it comes to education.
Cemetery was devastated, and so they need a lot of repairs. We have plans of utilizing one of the school in the High Rock area and in McLeanstown to use as a resource center where the youngsters can come in and carry on with their schoolwork.
First-time contenders Sean Mather, Beulah May Higgs, Craig Bonnaby, and Shavanya Roberts are all looking to make a difference in their communities.
Smith Point, even though it's residential, we have a lot of commercial businesses in Smith Point. So I think it needs to be mutually beneficial between the residents and the persons with the businesses to make sure that we take Smith Point to a different level. And I think we can do that.
Right now, we are under reconstruction because we have really been devastated by Hurricane Dorian. And we have a lot of residents that no longer have homes. So it is, my desire to see them get help in reconstructing their houses.
The main thing is to upkeep of the area. I see that we get what is due for our community.
One of the main things that we need here in High Rock in this community is our seawall to be reconstructed. Also, one of the things that I would like to see is more lighting and cat eyes placed on the road, as the roads that we travel on every day is extremely dangerous.
Returning Officer Administrator Gregory Knowles is hoping that candidates elected will be dedicated to the cause.
I believe that with what's going to happen today, we can be determined what local government is going to be like in the upcoming weeks and months ahead. So I'm looking forward to and hoping that those persons who are running, they come in with some good ideas and prepare to work. Because I found out that in this, as being as a local government practitioner, it is not much as what you can get out of it, as what you can put into it.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
The minister responsible for local government, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, encouraging Bahamians throughout the Family Islands to make local government work for them by going out to vote on Election Day on January 27th.
I think that, like I reiterated a few weeks ago, we need to be a part of this change that's taking place across this country. Persons are stepping up to the plate to become candidates. And if we want to support those candidates and persons that we feel will demonstrate transparency and accountability in our local government system, we must get out and vote to do so. I'm excited to be a part of the change, and, I'll be there to cast my ballot, and I hope persons across this country or across the Family Islands do so as well.
Our Facebook friends of the day up next.
brings to you the iPhone 12 64 gigs for $249 when you switch to Alive postpaid. Alive, believe in best.
Make your dreams reality.
Island Bedding is the Bahamas' leading manufacturer in mattress sets. But did you know we also carry top quality products like pillows, comforters, sheets, and much more. Our furniture line is also expanding to meet the needs of those rebuilding. We have bedroom sets, sofa beds, recliners, accent pieces, and so much more. Come and experience Island Bedding today, where everybody deserves their own island.
Hey, welcome to Health Bites, and today we're going to talk about pre-workouts. Now, we got a lot of questions about pre-workouts. A lot of people have never tried them. What they are, just how it sounds, pre-workout. You take them before you work out. It's going to help you have a better workout. It's going to have more energy, more endurance, going to be more focused. Like I said, overall, just have a better workout. It's going to take your workouts to the next level. But you want to make sure that you pick the right one for you. So first thing you're going to want to know is your stimulant tolerance. So caffeine, stimulants, do you drink energy drinks? How do you feel? If you're someone who's sensitive to stimulants, you don't want to go with a stronger one first. You want to try something a little on the lighter end and then work your way up to something stronger later on. So pre-workouts are more than just stimulants. They also have key ingredients such as beta-alanine, which helps to delay lactic acid buildup, which is going to give you more muscle endurance. Lactic acid causes your muscles to cramp up, and you're going to stop your sets short. But if you have the beta-alanine, you can do more reps and more sets and have a better workout. It also has ingredients to help increase your blood flow. L-citrulline, L-arginine is going to expand your blood vessels, so you have a better pump during the workout as well. As you see, we have a wide variety of pre-workouts for different goals. As far as C4 Shred, which has fat burners, so if you're on a weight loss goal, you can pick that pre-workout. We also have the High Test Surge, which has a little bit of testosterone boosters, which is going to give you more strength, aggression in the gym as well. Some of them also have creatine to help with strength. So what you want to do is look at the ingredients and see which pre-workout is best for you. Our agents are here and willing to serve and willing to help you out. Stop by, check us out. We're here in the Raven Mall, the Fitness Connection. Hope to see you soon.
Third Dimension on Yellow Pine Street introduces its new home improvement center. Step into our brand new, fully stocked showroom for the latest in doors, tiles, housewares, kitchenwares, bathwares, vanities, power tools, electrical, and plumbing supplies. So stop by our showroom to view our full range of products or call the Home Advisor hotline at 602-0935 today. We are your home advisors.
Ice a coconut got this. Cocoa ginger madness. Juiciness ice the back. This sweet like a sugar in a dripping like ice hot.
The King of the North is back. Power 104.5 FM.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Roosevelt Wells, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We appreciate your support. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team, I'm Jamila Missick. Thank you so much for joining us. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. More doctors and nurses set to join in the COVID fight. Finance officials don't expect less revenue as a result of the VAT reduction. The government about to embark on a national cleanup campaign. And COVID affecting the return of pro boxing. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC's Superfast Extreme Internet Bundle. Make Christmas sparkle. Sign up today.
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. I'm Jiminita Swain. Thanks so much for joining us.
Topping news, the government will roll out its free testing pilot here in the capital on Saturday. The announcement from the Office of the Prime Minister today. Coupled with that, reinforcements are being brought in to assist in the COVID-19 fight as COVID-19 numbers spurred on by the Omicron variant increase. Keishla Adderley leads us off tonight.
Come Saturday, you can find out your COVID-19 status free of charge. Press Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Clint Watson, made the announcement today.
Residents must register at covidtest.gov.bs beginning tomorrow. You can log on and begin registering for your free testing here in New Providence to be tested at our sites. Now we're going to begin on Saturday with Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium and Malia, and of course Kendall Isaacs Gym will be in the form of a drive-through where you drive up, you take your test, and you're on your way. For those of you who are having symptoms, you're going to do testing at the South Beach Clinic, which will reopen this week as well. All right, South Beach Clinic will be up and running again, and that site does not require prior registration as the other sites do. This is the first time of this magnitude, and this is why we're very excited about this. It's been undertaken since the start of the pandemic. There's been no free testing program in the country, and so the Davis-Cooper administration is extremely happy to deliver on this promise.
The test will be rapid antigen tests to be followed up with PCR testing should there be a positive result. The goal is to turn out 400 tests daily. Officials note it won't, however, be an opportunity for persons to take repeated tests to meet testing requirements for work, for example. Meantime, as COVID-19 numbers were recorded at 375 Tuesday and have hit daily numbers as high as more than 400 within the last month, the government is responding with the erection of tents at the Princess Margaret Hospital and new doctors and nurses to help lighten the load on a strained system.
We've also reached out to 12 Bahamian doctors who will be engaged to support the staff at the Princess Margaret Hospital. And 50 nurses are expected from Cuba by next week to assist in the fight.
The government is also settling some outstanding grievances with the Bahamas Nurses Union. Money owed to nurses and doctors is to be paid.
We're happy to report they will be paid this week. Some of them have already gotten money in their accounts. Others will be getting it this week. Nurses will get that lump sum. And that, no doubt, is an added incentive for them to be on the front line during this heightened period for the nurses. So we're happy for that. Dr. Darville said he and Prime Minister will be meeting with Doctors Union next week to be able to address their concerns and their remuneration packages to get money to them.
Health officials are due to hold another briefing next week as they continue to update the public on the continued changing face of COVID-19. Keishla Adderley, ZNS Network News.
Well, as government continues to outline preventative measures to control the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, the country's health minister says his ministry is keeping a close eye on the development of new COVID-19 variants across the globe. Desmond Sanders has this.
As the nation is seeing an exponential increase in COVID-19 cases, the country's Minister of Health says his ministry has its hand on the wheel in curbing the spread of COVID-19. With health deploying its full artillery in the COVID fight, Dr. Darville says his team remains vigilant and keeping a close eye on the new COVID variant that was recently detected in France. Medical experts believe this new strain is more infectious and deadly than the Omicron variant.
Looking at everything that's happening globally, that's our job at the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Our responsibility is to be ahead of the curve. So when we see things are changing worldwide, our professionals are looking very closely at ways on how it could impact the Bahamas and things that we need to do proactively, that if it comes our way, we will be able to fight and protect the lives of Bahamians.
The country's health minister also says his ministry is addressing the challenges faced head on.
As it looks right now, we still have bed space at the Princess Margaret Hospital for COVID-19 patients. Our challenge is staff to man those patients. And so we're right now focusing on the manpower resources while we do the necessary renovations to the nursing school that would produce additional COVID-19 beds.
And while COVID-19 has been a tremendous burden on the nation's healthcare facilities, Darwell says his ministry is working overtime to ensure a smooth delivery of essential healthcare services to the Bahamian people. And with the rise in cases, many are again questioning whether curfews or lockdowns could be reintroduced to control the spread of the more contagious virus.
It's not on the table at this particular time, and we are working within the rules, and we are pushing very hard to ensure that Bahamians are protected to the best of their ability by public education, free testing, giving away masks, and ensuring that we regulate and control the large amounts of crowds, and advising Bahamians, you have to be responsible for your own protection and your family. And so you must follow the necessary protocols. We have an economy to keep up and going, and we need to make sure that Bahamians are able to work and provide for their families, while the Ministry of Health work very diligently to protect lives.
As the COVID crisis continues to unfold, Darwell says Bahamians can expect to see tightened protocols and sustained preventative measures at controlling the spread of the virus. He adds his ministry will remain proactive and relentless in its efforts at keeping the nation safe. Desmond Saunders, ZNS Network News.
Now, the health minister was speaking on the sidelines of a meeting held with PLP supporters today who make up the group called Team Brave. The group was seeking a better understanding of the ever-changing COVID pandemic and learning more about government's efforts in the fight. Chairman of Team Brave, Arthur Mabo, says the meeting was very crucial.
Right now, we're concerned about the pandemic and how our people can be best secured, feel safe, and to go about their businesses, to be employed, to earn so they can look after their families. And we thought it would be appropriate to have the Honorable Minister Michael Darville, who's Minister of Health and Wellness, to come and speak to us on that particular subject. I'm satisfied. I mean, I'm elated to hear the details. And we are now equipped to go out and impart it to the others.
Well, increased cruise passengers may provide a needed boost in the sales of a rebounding Bahamian economy, but as visitors brave concerns from the United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which on December 30th advised against cruising even for the vaccinated, both Bahamians and visitors remain at risk. On Wednesday, a fifth cruise ship departing Florida reporting a COVID outbreak since December 18th. The latest, Harmony of the Seas, is the third Royal Caribbean ship in the bunch. The cruise line Symphony of the Seas had at least 48 coronavirus cases, and the Oasis of the Seas had 55. Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas left Port Fort Lauderdale on December 26 and returned to Fort Lauderdale on January 2nd, when a number of passengers tested positive for COVID-19. Carnival Freedom was recently denied entry to the islands of Aruba and Bonaire due to COVID-19 cases, but the cruise operator, Carnival Cruise Lines, would not comment on the number of infected people on board. The Norwegian Pearl turned around on the second day of an 11-day cruise around the Caribbean and on Wednesday returned to Port Miami. On Friday, cruise vessel Norwegian Encore is set to arrive in Nassau. As it stands, that vessel is on the CDC's color status yellow. It's being observed following at least 7 cases on board the ship over the past 7 days. The CDC reported there were 5,013 confirmed COVID-19 cases on cruise ships between December 15th and 29th, compared to just 162 cases in the 2 weeks prior, November 30th to December 14th. In other news, government and officials from Western Atlantic University School of Medicine signed an amended heads of agreement on Wednesday at the Office of the Prime Minister. It provides a more profitable structure for the Bahamas with the removal of the moratorium on medical schools. 22 students enrolled at the university and 50 more are slated to join in May. For the fall semester, 250 students have applied for the 100 spots available. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis weighed in on the signing.
Many communities evolve around what they call the college towns. The economic impact, quite apart from the mom and pop shops that could grow up around it, the interaction with the community itself. In a very small way, I have that experience in in my constituencies with the Jury Center, where we have a research community where we attract a number of students from universities from the seaboard that comes down to San Salvador.
Our Minister of Health and Wellness, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, also weighed in on the school and its potential.
It gives me great pleasure to be here. I am familiar with the university. I'm familiar with its curriculum. I must say that when I was the opposition shadow minister of health, we had some differences, but as you move closer into a project, you begin to realize how important the project can be to our country. And so when I became minister, the team from the university reached out to me to go into tremendous detail of what the school intend to do and how it intend to make its mark, not only in the Caribbean, but in the world. And to be able to train medical professionals here in the Bahamas, but more exclusively in Grand Bahama, and to develop strong partnerships with the Ministry of Health so that healthcare professionals and academia from the university can assist us, even in instances like with infectious disease. And so I'm very pleased to be a part of what's going to happen today.
Also to come, a nationwide cleanup campaign set to begin at the month's end. The details of that and other stories when the Bahamas Tonight continues after the break.
And remember to tune in to the morning edition with LaDawn Davis and Charles Fisher at 7 o'clock weekday mornings. We also have news updates at every hour starting at 2 p.m. You can then watch the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, at 6:30 and the National Report live at 7 p.m. All right here on the ZNS Network.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Shell Holiday Extravaganza.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay.
BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment.
Best rate, no delay. Best rate, no delay.
Visit a BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Last year, we couldn't celebrate Christmas as we wanted to. So for this year, we had everything planned. 100,000 watts of lights, 10-foot-tall tree, best table ever, custom t-shirts, DJ, and we also had Uncle Billy, who forgot the KFC buckets in the car with the keys inside.
Step back.
With KFC Junkanoo Buckets, you can enjoy the holiday season this year no matter what. Savor this Christmas with Junkanoo Buckets, only at KFC Nassau.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 9th Fifth Terrace, Centerville, right in the heart of the medical service epicenter of Nassau, Bahamas.
1/3 of all traffic fatalities occur as a result of excessive speed. In the inner city, residential areas, and high pedestrian traffic areas, the speed limit ranges from 15 to 25 miles per hour. On the outskirts of the island, especially where a sign is not posted, the speed limit 30 miles per hour. The maximum speed limit is 45 miles per hour. On behalf of the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, please slow down.
When you wanna save money on your tile supplies, who you gonna call? The Tile King. When you tile your house and you wanna look good, who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Visit the new Tile King showroom, which is internationally recognized as the finest tile showroom in the Caribbean, located in the Builders Mall on Wolf Road.
The Tile King. Who you gonna call? The Tile King.
Tiles on everything.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
A decrease in value-added tax will not mean a deficit. That declaration from Financial Secretary Simon Wilson today. He says even amidst the COVID-19-driven shortfalls, it's forecast that overall revenue will exceed expectations. Kishla Adderley has more.
Nearly 1 week into the value-added tax decrease from 12% to 10%, officials say they do not forecast that it will mean that less revenue will be derived from the tax.
Based on all the calculations, this reduction is going to be revenue neutral and actually slightly positive in terms of revenue yield. So it's not going to result in an increase of the fiscal deficit. That's a very important point. So this is not a reckless, populist act, rather a measured act to improve the livelihoods of ordinary Bahamians.
Officials do, however, plan to recoup outstanding value-added tax payments from delinquent business owners, part of a broad revenue improvement plan.
VAT registrants simply miss a quarter or miss a month and then continue onwards, or have filed and say, I owe you $20,000, but they don't actually pay the $20,000. They continue onwards.
A plan to improve real property tax collection and other revenue sources, one of them linked to electricity generation, is also part of the plan for the year ahead.
If you think of this, say, for every house, there should be an electricity connection. All right? You have more electricity connections than you have houses in your property tax system. We have a strategy for real property tax collection that we will unveil during the mid-year budget to improve it.
Overall, Wilson says he is pleased with revenue collection forecasts. He says the budget period seems poised to end on a high note as they exceed revenue targets for the next 6 months.
If you look at our revenue performance against forecasts, we're $160 million above revenue performance. The Revenue Enhancement Committee is actually a unit, is actually being formed and is working. We've engaged revenue advisors. We are very excited with what we see in terms of the potential for revenue yield. On the expenditure side, the overhang in terms of liabilities and so forth has been reduced. It is not reduced to a bare minimum, but it's reduced considerably from when I came back into the office. So from that perspective, I think I see green shoots in terms of the strategy.
Kishla Adderley, ZNS Network News.
In other news, what are the coolest hotels in the Caribbean? Well, according to popular travel tabloid Caribbean Journal, a few of those exist right here in the Bahamas. In the journal's 9th installment of the Cool List, hotel properties across the Bahamas appear on the catalog for a stunning 4 times. Now at Sabre Islands, the Landing teetering very close to the top at number 5. Great Exuma's Peace and Plenty coming in at number 10. Grey Cliff at 15 and Andros's Karula Mar Club at number 16. The annual list places the spotlight on the 20 most unique, special, and one-of-a-kind hotels in the region, the Bahamas out of any other country scoring the most mentions. Well, a massive national cleanup campaign to be launched very soon, and according to authorities, the exercise will begin right here in New Providence. Carla Palmer reports on the environmental mission.
Minister of Environment and Natural Resources, the Honorable Vaughn Miller, pinpoints the end of this month to start the national cleanup campaign, one that he is touting will take a zero-tolerance approach to littering, and one that he's committed to sustaining. He, along with the Minister of State for Environment and Natural Resources, Basil McIntosh, agree that a transformation of the country in this area is badly needed.
In terms of our environment in the Bahamas, particularly on the island of New Providence, I'm displeased what we're seeing. The Bahamas I grew up in, and the Bahamas we now live in, the mindsets, the mentality, the culture extremely different, and certainly there are some challenges that we must deal with, we were elected to deal with, and we will deal with.
There's a lot of cleaning up we need to do. A lot of bottles, cans, trash, dirt. It's really an eyesore.
We have these mechanic shops in these areas where they shouldn't be and are violating the environmental standards, but also in our forests, persons are digging. And, you just can't go and cut rocks for fill because you see it there, There are laws in place.
According to Minister Miller, an environmental committee has already been established and forging the path, which will begin, he says, by dividing each island into zones.
Artisans are going to be involved. You've seen the murals on some streets. You'll see more of that. Okay, you've seen some buildings painted, and you'll see more of that. You want to give a facelift. We want a clean town, a clean city, a clean environment.
While residents are being encouraged to clean and maintain their individual surroundings, the ministry is also offering a level of assistance. All residents have to do, authorities advise, is to make a phone call.
The old stove, the old refrigerator, the old furnitures that's too big for the garbage trucks to collect, and bulk waste in every constituency, they'll be responsible for collecting those items.
Minister Miller says once the cleanup is mounted and the public educated on the law, any breach will be met with swift action.
We have an environmental court. We need more than one, sadly, unfortunately, but we do have one that is open, that is active, and if necessary, we will take those drastic measures because there are laws in place.
For any concerns or complaints, residents are being asked to call 502-5150, or you can log on to the ministry's Enviro app. Carla Palmer, ZNS Network News.
Also making news tonight, a number of promotions have been announced in the public sector, among them members of the armed forces. And while the Customs Department hasn't been publicly listed, Minister of State for the Public Service, the Honorable Pia Glover-Rule, says they are not being overlooked. She noted that a number of new units have been formed in the sector as the system is being reformed. She says the public service in its current form is not moving quickly enough to address the issues that arise. Minister Glover-Rule outlined measures in place.
We're going to have special focus units that's going to work on promotions. That's going to work on looking at making persons permanent and pensionable. That's going to look at assessments and career path development, which will help us have more frequent promotional exercises. So in the first 100 days, we have started to look at a number of the agencies across the public service. Customs is on the agenda for January. It's the entire public service that we're looking at. So while everybody wants to be first in line, it was simply impossible. Customs is on the agenda for this month. We've already started conversations even from last week. Ministry of Public Service in collaboration with the Ministry of Finance.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Congratulations, you've won. Please go inside for your reward.
What I win?
1 out of 100 daily fuel rewards for a month. Please go inside to collect your reward.
That's like 3,000 people. But I don't ever win. Now I know you won't swing at me.
So I ain't gonna say it no more. You don't want your things, eh? Quay, that's you?
No, about English.
Yes! Wait, I just win!
Enjoy more holiday rewards at Rubis. Fuel, swipe, and win.
Pyfrom. BTC's commitment to community was center stage once again this year as we joined in to raise awareness about a number of issues that impact many in our community. Whether it was promoting safer internet or breast cancer awareness or equality in the workplace, BTC was there. We worked with the National Crime Prevention Unit once again this year to observe Safer Internet Day, where we hosted 3 virtual summits for upper primary and junior high school students. Topics included how to become a better digital citizen, cyberbullying, and a gamut of emerging online issues. In terms of gender equality, during this year's International Women's Day observances, we highlighted the strides our company has made in terms of women's empowerment. Women now account for 63% of our management team and 55% of executive management here at BTC. This is the company you rely on because this is the company that has always and will always be there for you. We wish you a healthy, happy, and prosperous 2022, and we look forward to creating more of the moments that move us. I'm Corval Pyfrom. Be well and be back here next BTC Connection.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
Almost every journey starts with your car. We spend most of the early stages of our lives anticipating getting our first set of wheels. When that moment finally comes, let AID be there for all your auto needs. Make it yours by accessorizing, maintaining, and repairing your car with AID. Whether you're a professional mechanic, a recent graduate, a full-time mom, or an I can fix that kind of guy. Or if you're completely clueless about what your car needs, AID will assist in providing a large variety of auto parts, a diagnostic center, and great customer service. For all life's auto journeys, we're here. AID, all you really need and more.
The Ministry of Health wishes to advise members of the public that prevention is key during this flu season. Practicing good cough hygiene can make the difference between you and your loved ones getting the flu or spreading the influenza virus. Good cough hygiene habits include covering your mouth and nose with a tissue when coughing or sneezing, and proper disposal of the tissue in a trash bin. Coughing or sneezing into your upper sleeve near your inner elbow and not your hands when a tissue is not available. Avoiding the use of handkerchiefs and towels as they hold germs, becoming a nest for the virus. And frequently washing your hands with soap and water, which is listed as one of the most important steps you can take to avoid getting sick and passing the virus on to others. If you have any questions about how to practice good cough hygiene to avoid catching or spreading the flu, contact your nearest community clinic or the Health Education Division at the Ministry of Health. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
You watch them grow and make plans for them even before they're old enough to talk. You spend a lifetime of sacrifice to pave the way for their success and create a tomorrow you too can be proud of. Can you tell who is the investor? At Leno, we believe everyone who has ever put a penny aside for a future dream is an investor. If you're new to investing, Leno's financial experts stand ready to design plans based on your goals. Let's sit down and explore the options one-on-one and see how, together, we can make your dreams come true. Whether considering traditional investments like a new home, car, your own business, security in retirement, or your child's college fund, we take the confusion out of the process and make an investor out of you. Call 396-3225 for an appointment. Leno, your bridge to the future.
Thanks for staying with us. 55 Haitian nationals apprehended in the Exuma Keys on Wednesday. The group of 44 males, 8 females, and 3 minors were arrested by police officers and turned over to immigration authorities. All migrants were assessed by the Ministry of Health and Wellness team on the island, and no major medical issues were reported. Meantime, 5 foreign nationals were apprehended in Bimini during operation on Tuesday. The 3 Jamaicans and 2 Georgian migrants had overstayed their time as visitors in the Bahamas. They were transported to the capital and sent to the Carmichael Road Detention Center and are awaiting prosecution. Well, from the crime report, police in the capital are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of an adult male which occurred on Tuesday. Police say shortly after 1 a.m. on Christmas Day, a male was taken to the accident and emergency section at the Princess Margaret Hospital, suffering from a stab wound to the stomach. The victim was admitted and treated for serious injuries. However, on Tuesday, he succumbed to his injuries. This matter remains under active investigation. Well, as we head to the break, we'd like to thank all of our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
Don't miss the Shell Holiday Extravaganza for a chance to win over $40,000 in amazing prizes. It's easy to win. Fuel up with $20 gas at any Shell service station. Complete the entry form on your receipt. Take a picture of it and WhatsApp it to 422-0271 or upload it at winwithshellbahamas.com for a chance to win cash, staycations, grocery vouchers, Jumbo gift certificates, free fuel, and so much more. Conditions apply. Happy holidays from Shell.
Hey guys, it's your boy Landlord, and I want you guys to tune in right here on ZNS TV 13 every Sunday at 10:30 p.m. for Positive TV.
Look, I don't know who Sean they think I am, all right? I only win 2 BAISS championships. I deal with connectivity.
Alive. What do we got?
Well, we are 100% Bahamian owned, and we inspired all Bahamians to believe in best. And we delivered on revolutionizing telecommunications in the Bahamas. Not to mention, our network works in the good days and the bad.
Thank you. But I need you to go faster. Be better.
One of the biggest challenges I face as a teen mother is support throughout the community. Instead of the community trying to uplift teen mothers, they insist on bringing us down and trying to tear down our self-esteem. Becoming a teen mother helped me to realize that I need to be more responsible. It helps me to focus on my decisions because I need not to decide for myself anymore. I have to make decisions for me and my daughter. In my opinion, seeking health services was excellent for me. Honestly, my biggest support, other than the nurses, was my Grammy. The advice that I give to other teens out there is to stay focused on your education. Stay focused on your self-goals. Set goals for yourself.
marine resources were once considered inexhaustible. Conch and reef fish like grouper were abundant everywhere, and it seemed as if the lobster catch would rise forever. But today, there is a downward trend that affects everyone. Researchers say we can reverse the trend by protecting more marine habitats. And the good news is that most Bahamians strongly support efforts to halt further decline. Tripling the size of our network of marine parks will mean more fish and conch for everyone now and for the future, as well as more recreational and ecotourism opportunities. Today, only 10% of our waters are protected. Surveys show that most Bahamians consider protection of our marine environment to be a top national priority. More protection means more benefits for everyone, now and in the future. It's a win-win-win strategy for the economy, for Bahamians, and for nature. Protect our sea, protect our way of life, protect the Bahamas. See the future. Visit Bahamas Protected on Facebook to learn more about marine protected areas.
It's a part of all of our lives. ZNest TV is where we go for information, entertainment, and enjoyment. ZNest is there with something for everyone. ZNest TV, a part of our lives for 40 years.
Well, the deal is sealed for several Family Island residents looking to offer themselves as community representatives in the upcoming January 27th local government elections. This as the highly anticipated nomination day taking place today countrywide. The process, Minister with responsibility for local government, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, says went on without a hitch.
For the most part, it was smooth. Some areas had a large amount, such as Albrighton. I think they have 16 nominations. And then we had some communities that didn't have enough from the word on the ground. So, but I think Grand Bahama had a good bet. But in regards to the process, it was very smooth. Very happy so far.
While some townships will go highly contested for January 27, for others with a lower candidate turnout, volunteering council members will be sworn in and appointed.
Well, they're not officially elected today, but you know they know that they'll be on the council, and then if it's more seats remaining, then they will be appointed by the minister.
Well, it seems officials at the Bahamas Out Islands Promotion Board will head back to the drawing board when it comes to its forecasted projections for 2022. It's something the board's executive director, Gary Fountain, addressed this week.
We were hoping, because we ended up 2021 about maybe 70 to 75% in terms of room night sales and in terms of room revenue. We ended up about maybe 70-75% of what we did in 2019. And at that time, when we were doing our forecasts, Omicron was just starting to spread. So in all honesty, we have to go back and make some revisions. But I think if memory serves me well, we were looking at, in terms of room nights sold and room revenue, we were looking at about maybe 90% of what it is that we did in 2019.
And while those numbers are being reworked, Fountain offered this bit of advice to property owners of 35 resorts scattered over 10 islands represented by the board.
Do not discount your hotel rates. Consumers, visitors, guests, they're not traveling because the family islands, getting to the Bahamas and spending a vacation in family islands are too expensive. They're traveling, they're refusing or not traveling as much right now because of the spread of the Omicron virus. So do not please cut your hotel rates. And that is the message that we've been recommending throughout the pandemic. Also on your website, communicate your preparedness, readiness, and health practices, whether it's on your own website or on your tripadvisor.com page, because that is where folks are going to research and to see what it is that you're doing to help prepare for their safety when they come and spend a vacation at your hotel.
It's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil. Kind of a wet day off and on here in the capital, would you say?
Yes, that was one of 3 frontal systems which we expect to affect the northwest Bahamas between now and Tuesday morning. That first one, a weak frontal trough pushed through, dumping some showers. But we expect a second one that will come our way sometime late Friday night, heading into Saturday morning. And then a third one will visit us sometime on Tuesday morning early, preceded by a prefrontal trough on Monday afternoon. So there you have the heads up. Partly cloudy skies outside of our studios just now with a temperature of 77 degrees, the relative humidity 78%. The winds are out of the north at 7 miles per hour. Your barometric pressure 1,016.4 millibars, that's 30.02 inches, and the pressure is rising. Temperatures around the islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. It is 73 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Green Turtle Key, and Marshall, Barbacoa. The Berry Island, 75. Allenstown, Bimini, 76 degrees, 77 in Harbor Island. Rock Sound, Eleuthera, 79. Black Point, Exuma, Kemp Space, St. Andrews at 78. Fresh Creek, Central Andrews, 79 degrees. 79 is also in Otterstown, Cat Island. San Salvador, Rum Key, and Georgetown, Exuma, Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, Crooked Island at 80 degrees. Betsy Bay and Ackland, 79. Matthew Town, Inagua, 81. And the Turks and Caicos Islands also reporting 81 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Towel King, and the Paint Setter. In the northwest and central islands tonight through Friday, the winds are going to fall off light and variable with flat seas 1 to 3 feet. High tide is going to take place at 11:02 tonight. You can expect another high tide at 11:22 tomorrow morning. In the southeast Bahamas, east to southeast winds through Friday, 10 to 15 knots will be the speeds, and the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. And as we take you into Saturday, for all areas, the winds are going to blow out of the northeast, increasing in speeds 15 to 20 knots. So we'll put caution flags up for boaters throughout the 700 islands on Saturday. Seas, they're going to be 4 to 6 feet over the ocean, locally higher. The low tide taking place at 6:07 in the morning with the high tide at 12:14 in the afternoon. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures. And they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Merry Christmas, baby. Should it treat me nice? Merry Christmas, baby. Should it treat me nice? Bought me a diamond ring for Christmas. I feel like I'm in paradise.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Michael, let me borrow your car, please.
Don, I tell you I have to get my car license.
How long I can take, man? Let's go there now.
Why you need my car so bad?
It's old schoolmate, man. She'll meet up for lunch.
Well, I hope she's taking you somewhere nice, because you know we ain't easily impressed.
You can pay for your license and inspections online now. They'll confirm your inspection appointment and bring the decal to your car.
I'm impressed.
"2022 is a year of positional manifestation.
My God.
I just said something. A year of positional. Now, I know you may have never heard that before. It means, my brothers and sisters, if you are positioned, you are ready for the manifestation. God is going to reveal himself in the lives of people who know their God.
Sundays at 8:30 a.m. on ZNS TV 13.
Savings all year long are at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Soy's mayonnaise, 30 ounce, $3.99. Rainbow spaghetti and meatballs, 15 ounce, 2 for $1.50. Kraft macaroni and cheese, 7 ounce, 99 cents. Boneless chicken breasts, $2.99 per pound. Sweet navel oranges, 4 pounds, $4.99. Shop Super Value and Quality Supermarkets and redeem your quality stamps at Bed Bath & Home.
Do you or anybody you know suffer from diabetes or a little sugar? Have you been afraid to attend a clinic or any healthcare facilities? Be assured that your health is our #1 priority.
Every government clinic in New Providence and the Family Islands have introduced strict COVID-19 safety guidelines and protocols to ensure your health and safety whenever you visit. If you have diabetes or any other chronic illness, it's important that you keep your regular appointments with your primary care provider to monitor your health status. Please don't miss your regular appointments. Seek medical care today. Your health is in your hands.
This message is brought to you by PAHO WHO, Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, and the Healthy Bahamas Coalition.
Fixed and mobile services provided by Cable Bahamas Business Solutions helps our customers help their customers adapt to the new way of paying for things. Digital Wallets makes your transactions faster, more convenient, and secure. Whether it's using a debit card at the grocery store or making online payments for your monthly expenses, Digital Wallets powered by Cable Bahamas Business Solutions makes it better. For more information on our fixed and mobile services, contact the experts at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Islands.
This portion of the news brought to you by Genuine Care, keeping you home while you're away.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Coming off a 26-point performance on Tuesday, Buddy Hield feeling the effects of playing on back-to-back nights. Buddy had just 11 points last night to go along with 6 rebounds and 29 minutes off the bench as the Sacramento Kings went down 108-102. Buddy and the Kings will look to break their 2-game losing streak tomorrow when they travel to the Mile High City to take on the Denver Nuggets. Phoenix Suns big man DeAndre Ayton has cleared the NBA COVID health and safety protocols, but he will miss tonight's game at home against the Los Angeles Clippers as he undergoes return to competition reconditioning. Ayton has missed the Suns' past 5 games and will look to get back in the lineup on Saturday when the Suns host the Miami Heat. Still on the pro hardwood, Aaron Labarty continuing to produce for Svendborg in Denmark. He posted a double-double, 16 points and 15 rebounds in a surprising 98-92 midweek loss to Randers. It was just the second loss of the season for Svendborg in 13 games. They'll look to get back on track next Saturday against Amanger, who is still winless on the season. A number of Bahamians on the college hardwood last night. Adriel Martinborough had a side-high 16 points to go along with 7 rebounds as he led Evangel past my alma mater, Park University, 76-66. Sherman Robinson also finishing up with 16 points and added 3 boards for Newberry, but they lost to the 15th-ranked team in NCAA Division II, Lincoln Memorial, 82-64. Malik Joseph also played in that game for Newberry, finishing up with 2 points and 4 rebounds. Jonathan McFall and Slippery Rock on the losing end as well last night, going down 91-87 to Pitt Johnstown. McFall had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and a block shot. Malachi McCoy posting a double-double off the bench for Benedict. He had 12 points and 10 rebounds to go along with 4 block shots in a 54-51 win over Lane College. In the Division 1 ranks, Franco Miller had 4 points and 2 boards for Florida Gulf Coast. That came in a win over North Florida, 74-67. As for Sammy Hunter, he was scoreless with 2 rebounds as the Ole Miss Running Rebels took 18th-ranked Tennessee to overtime before falling 66-60. Isaac Bastian and the Florida State Seminoles men's swim team were supposed to jump in the pool for the first time in the new year today on the road against the Texas A&M Aggies, but that matchup was canceled out of caution due to the recent spike of COVID-19 around the U.S. Officials were looking forward to the meet, but said traveling safely is tough right now, and they hope to reschedule a dual meet next year. Bastian and the Seminoles scheduled to be back out again on January 15th for another road contest in Baton Rouge against the LSU Tigers. The return of professional boxing to the Bahamas has been postponed because of the uptick in COVID-19 cases. The blast from the past card was scheduled for January 22nd at the Bahama Convention Center. Retired boxer Misha Major was scheduled to headline the event and exhibition against Marlon Anderson from Jamaica. For Major Payne, it's a bit disappointing, but he understands these measures that have to be taken.
You know, it's very serious. You know, people are really getting sick. I just want us all to be cautious about it. You know, protect ourselves, you know, do what's necessary needs to be done. But, you know, the event will be hosted again, so the situation get under control. I'm looking forward to going to the ring and have a great time, you know, put on a great show for the fight fans who was looking forward for this exhibition match.
Event organizer Whitney Ferguson says despite the postponement, the future of boxing still looks bright.
Right now, because of this event, we have networked with many coaches in the Caribbean. Once this event is done, we want to be able to put events on like this into all the Caribbean countries. This event has positioned the Bahamas to become the boxing capital of the Caribbean. Right now, it's just a matter of time. We're just waiting for the COVID numbers to go down. And once the Ministry of Health and Wellness give us the okay, then you'll see the rumbling in the ring.
That's a look at sports. A check on weather up next.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Best rate, no delays. Best rate, no delays.
BTC gives more savings on the best fiber internet. It's super fast with super savings in every package. Compare and see for yourself. Enjoy the best home internet experience for all your work, study, and entertainment.
Best rate, no delays. Best rate, no delays.
Visit a BTC store to sign up for the best internet experience on the Bahamas' best fiber network.
Agent, before we send you out in the world, we must make sure that your mission is intact. Yes, Mom! Agent 1, what is a touch? Physical contact, Mom. Agent 2, what is a good touch? Touches that make you feel alright, Mom. Such as? A high five, a handshake, even a kiss, Mom. Good. Now, Agent 3, what is a bad touch? Touches that make you feel not so good, Mom. Like a slap, a kick, a pinch. And most important, if someone touches your private part. And what do we do when someone gives us a bad touch? You tell a trusted adult, Mom. For help, Mom. Tell them, don't do that, Mom. Agent, I see that you understand. Now it's your mission to spread this information. Just remember that good touches are okay. And bad touches are not okay. So, Agent, go spread the word. Yes, Mom.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the Communications Section of the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training in conjunction with this channel.
Hey, Smith, what's up? You finished marking midterm yet?
Hey, man, I'm right here trying to finish up these papers right now.
At least you start. I have not begun. I am waiting, parents giving me answers and giving me reasons why they can't send.
Brown, hold on. Check if that might be you, Brown.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Girl, listen, that's parents right now sending me my work email, WhatsApp calling me. Just let me know work a minute.
Hold on a minute. Did you say email?
Yes.
Brown, listen to me. No one should be emailing you any work. That is what the LMS is for.
Listen to me. Whatever works for me and makes my life easy for me and my students, that's what I'm going to do. Email is how I'm getting my work.
Listen to me. The Ministry of Education implemented this so that it can make our lives easier, you know. The school can monitor the LMS. We can monitor the LMS. The parents, listen to me. You're able to upload live worksheets. You're able to see when the children log in and log out. You're able to see if they're absent or present. If you use this system, it makes your life so much easier. You need to get with it.
Listen to me. You are the team leader, not me. You are the teacher of the year, you know, not me. So it is my job to do what is best for me and to make it easy for me and my students. And right now, email is the easiest thing.
Listen to me. Once you use the LMS, you will be singing a completely different tune. That is just how easy it is.
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. And if you say you're going to help me get it done, then I will try. But other than that, it ain't going to happen. LMS with me is going on, teaching, and getting out.
Brown, listen, don't worry. I got you. I'm going to help you along with this, all right? I got you.
As long as you say you're going to help me, then I'll wait on you and I'll sing that same tune.
This public service announcement was brought to you by the Communications Section of the Ministry of Education and Technical and Vocational Training in conjunction with this channel.
While it's encouraging that the national COVID-19 vaccine rollout is going successfully, it's not the only precaution to reduce the spread of the virus in our communities. It's important to continue practicing safety protocols because it is our social responsibility to protect ourselves and to protect others.
Wash your hands for a friend with a weaker immune system.
Only read and share information from trusted sources to avoid unnecessary panic.
I'm an age all to avoid these large crowds. We could have loved ones at home who have underlying health conditions. Do it.
Practicing safety protocols is an act of brotherly and sisterly love.
The life you save may just be yours as well as your neighbor.
Together we will win.
We will win.
We don't have that many old people now. I would say the age of 50 on up, you've probably got about half and half. Two churches, the Methodist Church and the Current Gospel Chapel. He was born right here on this particular spot. This is the place right here, the exact spot.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we look at our satellite picture. You can see some convection just around the southeast Gulf of Mexico, and that's associated